Hey, I'm Theo, and thank you for joining me. And today we have the announcement of the mini set for our WizBank's workshop, which is going to be called Dr. Boom's Incredible Inventions. In this video, I'm going over everything you need to know about the mini set, and thanks to Blizzard for letting me put this together early. So, you can see here, the mini set is going to launch on May the 14th, and this almost always happens at the same time, which is 10 a.m. Pacific, that is 1 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. my time, Central European time, and 2 a.m. Korea Standard Time on May the 15th. Now the mini set is gonna have 38 new cards, which means every class is gonna get 3 cards, and there will be 5 neutral cards. Of those 5 neutral cards, there will be 2 legendary cards, which means there's also gonna be 2 legendary cards in the class cards, and we'll see 2 of those legendary cards a little bit later. And as always, you can buy the mini set for either gold or money. The normal version of the mini set you can buy for either 15 euros a dollars or 2,000 gold. And yeah, I would really recommend buying this with either option. It's always been a good deal to buy it and pretty much the best way to spend your gold. Now, for the Whales Among Us, you can also buy it in a full golden version. And you also get a bonus Diamond Legendary, which we'll get to later. Just make sure when you buy the mini set in-game that you don't accidentally buy the golden version, because that's where it automatically goes to. So let's go to the first card being revealed. And the first one is, Puppet Master Dorian. And well, this one is really putting the mini in the mini set. It's a 4 mana 2/6. After you draw a minion, get a 1/1 copy of it that costs 1. So yes, every minion can become basically a mini. Although it isn't quite as good as a mini, because if you bounce it, it's just going back to its original cost. But yeah, this card seems pretty crazy. Making any minion cost 1 mana, yeah, that's usually cause for some problems. Also because this card doesn't just make it cost 1, it's a copy of that cost 1, so you still draw the original card, so you get like 2 copies of the card in your hand. So for example, if you play it on like a warrior deck, you can get something like Boombo Sogren twice. 1 for 8 mana as a 7/7, and then just a 1 mana 1/1, and yeah, that's it can be pretty insane. Now I feel like this is mostly going to be used in like combo decks, where you can maybe cheat out a combo piece, or get 2 of them. Like for example, in a Druid deck, you can get either Ionar, or maybe Alonius is even gonna be a thing with this. You play this, you tutor one of them with Pendant of Verve, and then yeah, you have 2 of them in your hand, and you can do some crazy combos with it. So I feel like that's the main way it's going to be used, but yeah, this can almost work in any deck that can easily draw minions. So yeah, a pretty crazy card. I think we'll be seeing a bunch of this, and I hope this card won't be too insane. And next up, we have a new keyword, the opposite of miniaturize, it's Gigantify. So instead of being a 1 mana 1/1 you get, you now get an 8 mana 8/8 copy of the card you played. So first example they've given us is the Snuggle Teddy, which is a 3 mana 2/4 Gigantify Elusive, Lifesteal, and Haunt. So yeah, and then you get the 8 mana version of it as well. But yeah, this card doesn't seem too good to me. Yeah, it's maybe a bit annoying early on, and like slower Druid decks can really use like some early game. It's really lacking there. But yeah, is this really gonna deal with early Ziliax, early board that we have right now? I have a feeling no, that won't happen. And then yeah, you get the 8 mana version as well, but yeah, it's just 1 minion, and it's been a while since just dropping 1 big minion is winning the game. That doesn't have an immediate impact. It's annoying to deal with maybe though. It can be like Ziliax now. You play Ziliax, you have to kill it with minions, they just heal to full, so maybe it can work like this with the 8 mana version. But yeah, it's your entire turn to play this. I feel like there's better things to do. The 3 mana version, yeah, it's just, I feel like it just doesn't do enough nowadays. Your cards need to have like a bigger impact, and I feel like this one isn't gonna have that. Then we have the other 2 Druid cards here. We have the one of the class legendaries. But first we have the Overgrown Beanstalk, a 3 mana nature spell. Summon a 2/3 draw a card for each treant you control. So yeah, this obviously goes into a treant deck. By itself, it's a 3 mana, draw 1 card, gain a 2/2, so not very good. But yeah, it scales pretty fast with treants. Problem is, there's not really any good treant stacks right now, so it's kind of hard to judge how good this will be. Like, I think it's really going to depend on how good a treant deck is. Feels like a card like this will be solid, because a deck like that probably wants to have some draw, and this card can draw a lot of cards for not so much mana. And yeah, at the very least it draws 1. But it's gonna depend on how good like a treant deck is. Like, I think the card is good enough to go into a deck like that. But yeah, we'll see if this card can really elevate a treant deck from unplayable to playable. I feel like this won't be enough though. And then we have the new legendary for Druid, Toy Rentus. of course, based on Tyrantus from Ongoro. But this Tyrantus is a 6 mana 7/7, Taunt, Elusive, and Battlecry. If you have 10 mana crystals, gain +7/+7. So it's also going back to the Omega mechanic from Boomsday, where it did something special if you had 10 mana crystals. And yeah, this one basically doubles its stats once you get that. So by itself, before turn 10, it's a 7/7 Taunt, Elusive. I feel like that's not really good enough. Again, same problem as the previous card, the Beast. Or just playing a minion, like, it's just not good enough nowadays if it doesn't have a big impact. Though at 10 mana, especially because you're Druid, it's probably going to be turn 7 or 8. Gonna have a bit of a bigger impact, because 14/14, like, that feels like stats that's actually gonna matter. It's gonna be really annoying to deal with a card like this, like 14/14 untargetable. Yeah, if you don't have a board or a specific removal, like a card like a Deadly Shot, then yeah, this is going to be a pain to deal with, and it being 14 attack, it can also win pretty fast. Question is, however, what are you going to play it in? Like maybe a Highlander Druid deck? But currently Druid just struggles with the early game and not so much with the late game, and this feels like a late game card. And yeah, it feels like you rather do other stuff in the late game. But yeah, it is only 6 mana then for a 14/14, and then you have 4 mana left. Do other things. Just, yeah, the question is, yeah, getting to turn 10, is this really gonna help? I feel like 7/7 is not good enough. But maybe the 10 mana version makes it good enough to see play just for a big threat later on that can actually just win by itself with the insane amount of stats it has then. And that is it for that mini set announcement. Throughout the rest of this week, we'll get to see all the other cards revealed, and it starts later today with Martian Boo kicking off the reveals. So let me know what you think of this. Do you think Dorian is gonna break the meta, or how will you be using Dorian yourself? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and until next time.